prepare here for ritual from Enochian prayers, and I have recently revived my variation of the invocation of the one never created or born, Argedko Ypgedot, or Argedko Yusmach. Let's move the dry erase board, and I'm going to go over this first in English, and if there's questions during that portion, there will be questions answered, and then I will go over in Enochian the ritual. So I would start with my arms folded, right over left, kind of standing, and whether your mirror is in our scrying device is in the north or the south or the east or the west or whatever direction it's facing, one faces it and relaxes and does one's sensual techniques or whatever. But here goes. I pray to the never created, never born one, which also renders as Yusmach means not begotten, so hence the Bornless one, and Ypgedot Saga. Saga refers to an individual, so you got not third individual, not G individual, so basically the Enochian variation of not like other individuals. The one who created the earth and the heavens, the one who created the night and the day, the one who created the darkness and the light. You are all powerful. You're God, eternal God, whom no man hath seen at any time. You are... Now, the whole thing's adapted from the Abramelin Ritual, and remaining even after desolation. You are remaining even after desolation. You are... I'll write this down. The unchanged one. You are first and only true creator. You are buries iniquity without equal. You have distinguished between the just and the unjust. And the Abramelin would call this the congregation. How do you say that in Latin? The congregation of summoning the congregation of demons. Well, what is evoked and what is attracted and repelled by the ritual, but that's not my intention. I'm not playing the Karcist here. Thou didst create the female and the male. Thou didst produce the cup and the sword. And thou created men only to serve you. I am vessels to water the earth. Thy priest and servant, unto me show mysteries. You created the wet and the dry, and that which unto all things are controlled. Hear me now, for I am your slave, Lord and Master, him that liveth forever, the highest. This is one of your names, handed down to the prophets of the one and only deity. Then assume the sign of air. You know, you have your hands kind of down, the kind of shoe up at right angles. Hear me, the one of unique voice, who is and was perfect. Hear me, and make all fire beings kind to me, so that every fire being of the firmament and the aether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of living breath and hastening fire, and many of the thoughts and actions of deity, may those be helpful to me. Whose voice is low, frequenter of ways, knows those of the same cause, has a place, unique, the listening, assume the stance of fire. You know, your hands kind of go up to form a triangle above your head, or with your head in the middle. I invoke thee. Who rules the void? Well, I invoke thee first to have fire. The never created, never born one. Hear me and make all fire beings kind to me, so that every fire being in the firmament and in the aether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of living breath and hastening fire, and many of the thoughts and actions of deity, may those be helpful to me. Needs not to seek to find. Sings better than any birds. One we serve here. Name remains the same. Protects as if with a sword. The opener. And you might want to face the different directions. So, east, south, west. Now we're at west. With this gesture of water. Having your hands forming a triangle that includes your belly button in the middle. Hear me, hands towards the east. Hear me, make all fire beings kind to me, so that every fire being in the firmament and in the aether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of living breath and hastening fire, and many of the thoughts and actions of deity, may those be helpful to me. Causes death, has a temple, just in pride, maker of spirit, of a unique head, with saving water. Face the north, right hand up, left hand down. We're doing the gesture of mourning. Step forward with your right foot, kind of. Well, someone said, the gesture of earth. The gesture of mourning would be kind of the opposite step, but I invoke thee, solidifies the past. Hear me and make all fire beings kind to me, so that every fire being of the firmament and of the aether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of living breath and hastening fire, and many of the thoughts and actions of deity, may those be helpful to me. Knows the secrets of truth before dark waters. First in deep waters, ineffable, first in truth. Eldest elder, most primal. And then you do the spirit active dance, which is a circle, then you go down, then you go over to the west, and then you go over, and then you circle around and you do the other. So you form, and then you complete the circle, forming the, that set of 8 lines from the center within the circle. And this would be done in an active and a passive way, so clockwise and a counterclockwise way. Listen to me, the mighty, You are he that is, was, and will be crowned. You are the Lord of all. You are who the winds fear. You are to made voice by his command, Lord of all things, King, ruler, and provider. Hear me, the one with secret names, deity of time, to wit no past and future are as we think of them, all-powerful, one whose will has secret, one who is unknown, the one before whose beginning, the one who must have being, as essence, one who must exist before and after all times, the all-energetic, the one with supremacy of will. And I'm going to go over litany, which there isn't quite a translation made by me or anyone yet, but here are the Calvary Cross names and such. So, hear me. Edoigo, Agiode, Ardza, Asdra, Noalmer, Rumlaun, Along, Gaulo, Olgata, Ataglo, Oalco, Aklao, Angapoi, Eapna, Vanax, Xanav, Lalaxa, Azkala, Palam, Malap, Vadale, Iladav, Abara, Arabo, Nelaper, Rapalen, Bamemo, Anlam, Merana, Sondan, Nanas, Eaoi, Eaoia, Oit, Tieo, Valksdo, Adaxlav, Sierra, Areas, Malade, Iralam, Alan, Dalo, Kabalpat, Taplabak, Arbez, Zebra, Avraz, Zeravoa, Aloe, Eaula, Roseaner, Runnoiser, Nurzafam, Mapzern, Erzla, Adapa, Alan, Abaza, Eftapa, Ana, Adem, Ephra, Haknaber, Papsak, Pamangal, Heroan, Hagzen, Bzeza, Penelrax, Yaum. Lord, ruler of the angels, thou art the mighty everlasting, you are the truth possessor, I am him. I am troubled because of the wrath in this world. You are the one with loud and piercing voices. Because of you is the shower of the life of earth. You are who can bring forth all things into the light. I am one. I am in the peace of the world. Hear me, and make all fire beings kind to me, so that every fire being of the firmament of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of living breath and a hastening fire, and many of the thoughts and actions of deity, may those be helpful to me. Such are the words that I hold in reverence. Accept my invocation. I hold that it's truth. May it be so. So that is the Enochian there. Well, I mean, that's the English for it. So my intention is, you call on God and, then the legions may be obedient to you, but I'm not summoning, I'm not calling the legions in prayer per se. Some people will intend it that way, but I don't intend it that way. So let's switch around here and do the ritual. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do all this all facing the directions in order. So you may want to start with a direction that's not north, south, east, and west. But so I'm about to start the ritual that I have explained here. So Yo Yusmach Ypgedot Saga Argedko Yusmach Ypgedot Saga Argedko Yusmach Hoda baskiem, yelse arbreniolius our soda ol pirt, yelse gi yedon piad yadoyas. Soba mangolor brindor pamir drolen kokasam gi oro yabao zape gi oiptiapadoki gi mapar songeo gi mordial hektaga gi Yos brennon your poilai balyedod per yazargakieski oyad Yos brenni olias tiela bodatum Yos brenni olias talbo odanas pas Yos brenni olias Lord tabacords yes, ot kabasam cords yes. Zier, ziezaup, zlieda. Yils noko ka yils brindal vungam kiekli yils briniol yes as lieda ura or score udar lavunga mal pierge katoglu so pith ke lapzir amavre Frendi Gihyad Oyels Monas Kedalam Ka Noko Gihayan So Pev K Bateva haha So beef Kaolius Toga Abo Arpe Pambadarga Diod Kalzudia Yelmo Mirk Kausag Uduruk Akausag Mirk or Skorundias Leda Toglo Dingegepa Utoglo Pergil Urangilar Sordiar Hieso Abo Arpe Pambat Abioro Abeoro Oxave Hatmorda Auspe Hepatka Autotar So Evienielsemiekaos idlaprana. So bith Kaiorio Toga Abo Arpe Pambat Arga Diod Kauzo Diayomom Yerk Kaosangudorocha Kausagmirk or Skorundias Leda Toglo Dingegepa Utoglo Pergilo Rangilardo Sordiat Hieso Abo Arpe Pambat Atapio Adoioit Alnanvod Abdoki Aranap Anodoin Sopith Kai Ragyoso Rangel Sobith Kai Uriolius Tolgah Abawarpe Pambat Argah Diod Cows Odia Yilmomirk Kausag Odoroch Akausagmirk or Skorundias Lieda Toglo Dingagepa Utoglo Pergil Orangilar Nud Sordiad Kieso Abo Arpe Pambat Srahpam La Srahpam Sayanov Lauaxrup Sigeol Lageol Legdesa Soisant Sonyaznant Evir Yelse Yaksahakal Somith Kai Oriolius Toga Aboarpe Pambat Arga diod cows Oda ilmo mirk kausung Odoroch akausug mirkor skorondi asleda toglo Ningegepau toglo pergil orangilard odsordiad kieso abo arpe pumbat Aidrom Ladrom Axienor Lazenopo Al Hectaga Lakadga Lahyanasa Lebanasa Akmambeko Ahmaleku. So pith yes kavri oias momar oite inedia oivia iotoglo oiat pil kasarmanga ozungun hoaxmark Oyan pil kasarmangon bial bablidis siebse inedi toglogi yan. So beef kei na 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 A E O V O ya E Ego Ang yo de Arnza Azdra No Almer Rumlaun Odoang Gaulo Angata Atoglo Ualko Oklau Angapoi Yabgna Vanax Xanv Lalaxa Azkala Polam Malap Vadale Iladav Aubara Arambo Nilaper Rapalin Omim Bamimo Anlaim Mirana Sundan Danos Ayawe Yahweh Oit Tio Volkstu Utslov Sioda Adios Malande Idam ulan dalu kamalpat taplabak arbiz zebra Auvraz Zervua Aloe Yaula Razioner Runnoiser Nerzavum Mathzern Earsla Adopa Atad Ibaza Evtapa Ana At Dem Ipra Haknumber Pupsak Pamangal Horwan Hangzen Paziza Polnolrux Hiaum Non Kafkies Amyakausga Vaging Bilas Di Gohid Pergen Non Kafkies Lian Zirian Pil Subam Dudutsi Bamli Divon Po Udakau Sung Non Kafkies Kasarmang Bjagning Konst Non Kafkies Di Kasarmyas Lieda Di Abismirk Kausung non kafkies kasarman yol kam to gloomierk ol pirt Zirian pil etharze uda kausung Sombith kai Oriolius Toga Abo Arpe Pambat Argah Diod Cows Odiayelmo Mirkausung Odorok Akausung Mirkorskor Udians Leda Toglo Digegepah Toglo Pergil Odangilard Odsordiad Kiso Abo Arpe Pamat Yao I don't know if it showed, but I could have sworn I was shaking through half the ceremony. Very good, kind of a euphoria pulsing. Of course, a buzz feeling through longer of it, of little sparkles in the air. Yeah, I know I'm using the special effects filter, but I feel a little sparkle. I see little sparkles in the air. Like snow. Fading. I'm extra sensitive to the touch right now. Instead of Ziezop, Zlieda, use your own name. Find your own Enochian name or leave it blank. I'm not used to the practice, so it was a little sloppy. It's been a good decade since I've done any variation of this ritual. The pulsing, bubbly feeling is fading. I feel a bit heady right now. I see that someone's there, so if there's any questions, I guess it could be said that I felt a little of a prickliness at a couple moments. Doing the circle dance, I felt a bit drifty, and I saw sort of a gray with it's like there's yellow in the center of the ceiling, but not, different than the light. It was like there was a sun in the room, but I wasn't quite looking at it. But that's my variation of the Bornless Ritual. Open to your intention, open to your interpretation. Fitharzi Vom Sarg. Peace be upon every one of you.